Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers and I'm beyond happy for that. Anyway, to the topic of today's video. Today we will be talking about Natalia Taylor and why her fans have raised concerns because of her recent actions. As you may know, Natalia is a YouTuber with 2 million subscribers. She has previously shared her story about her struggles with drug abuse and drug-induced psychosis, and that's why her recent actions have been especially concerning. On the 9th of December, Natalia released a TikTok talking about the Astroworld situation, and a lot of people found that video quite concerning. So before I address that, I just want to say that I grew up in a very religious household, and I do still consider myself quite religious, and I've grown up around religious people, and I'm in no way trying to bash anyone's religion or beliefs. I just found the way she talks about religion particularly strange, and I'm also in no way trying to diagnose her in this video, and I have no intention in doing so. Always talk to your psychiatrist or psychologist before jumping to any conclusions. Anyway, so she shared a video regarding the Astroworld situation, and in that video she talks about how God granted her a day in hell. She then proceeded to vividly talk about her experience as if it was a sign and a message from God that the Astroworld situation is a demonic festival.
About 4 months ago, God granted me a dream where I had to spend an entire day in hell. But the craziest thing of all about this place was a lot of people wanted to be there and had no idea they were in hell at all.
In another video, she also does a mass prayer for the victims involved.
If you're seeing this video right now, pause. I'm going to invite you to collectively pray with me for all of the families and the victims of the Astroworld tragedy. I understand there's tragedies that happen every single day all over the world, but this one in particular, I felt called for a mass prayer here on TikTok, and I think it could make a difference.
The problem was that in her video, she claims that hell was a festival and that people willingly chose to be there. That in a way was quite disrespectful for the victims of Astroworld. Before she released these videos, she also asked fans if she should do a video on YouTube on how demonic Astroworld was. But in that poll, 100% of the people who voted said no, and she quickly scrapped that idea. Other videos that I want to talk about were posted onto her Instagram story, in which she claims a woman came to her and told her that God loves her, and she stated that she saw the universe in that lady's eyes. The reasons these videos are particularly concerning is the fact that Natalia has stated earlier that she has experienced psychosis and had delusions telling her to unalive herself, and she has made a suicide pact at some point, and that was the moment she decided to get help. We must also not ignore the fact that her father tried to kidnap her at some point due to schizophrenia. Her father also had unusual religious delusions at the time, and schizophrenia runs in her family. Her father claimed that he took her because he wanted to take her to heaven. It was so severe that he took her to a church first of all and had an episode after losing his cross necklace and was willing to go look for it under a running roller coaster, but was stopped by the staff in that amusement park. Now, to understand this situation a little better and why this is concerning due to Natalia's past history of psychosis, let's take a look at what psychosis can manifest as. First of all, psychosis is when a person's personality is severely confused and that person loses touch with reality. When a psychotic episode occurs, a person becomes unsure about what is real and what isn't real and usually experiences hallucinations, delusions, off-the-wall behavior, chaotic speech, among other things. Now let's discuss what hallucinations and delusions are. A hallucination is an internal sensory perception that isn't actually present and can be either visual or auditory. This can be like in Natalia's video in which she experienced a day in hell and when she claimed to have seen the universe in the woman's eyes. On the other hand, a persecutory delusion occurs when a person believes that there is a conspiracy among others to attack, punish, or harass them. Although these delusions or hallucinations appear odd to others, they are very real to the person with the disorder. This can be an example of Natalia thinking she's perfect in God's eyes, when most religion teaches us that we as humans are flawed and God is perfect, but we grow and learn. While Natalia thinks she's perfect and that she was called by God to fulfill certain purposes for the greater good. Another example would be how she told Kaylee, Taylor, and Maddie that she is the reason they're getting justice against Anna Campbell, and none of it would be possible without her. And that if Maddie sticks by her, she will be safe and protected. Another example would be her delusions on the dark meaning of Astroworld. It's also important to note that people with delusional disorder can often continue to socialize and function quite normally apart from the subject of their delusion, and generally do not behave in an obviously odd or bizarre manner. This can probably explain why people probably haven't raised concerns for her actions, as she may be functioning normally in other aspects of her life. Now let's talk about the common themes of delusions. These are the common types, but I want to focus on two themes in particular, which are religion and grandiose. I feel like these two can explain Natalia's behavior a lot more. Lastly, I want to emphasize that delusions can be difficult to distinguish from overvalued ideas. The problem now is that Natalia may be having an inflated sense of self and may even think her actions are normal and is bringing her closer to God. People around her may also see her actions as normal if they don't look closely enough. The reason for this could be because she's now experiencing things that make her seem as a content, positive person, and people may not see anything wrong in it. However, for those who have been keeping up with her life and her for a long time, they may see it as strange and abnormal. Anyway, I want to close this video by stating that I hope Natalia is getting the help she needs if there is something that is truly going on with her. Again, these are just my assumptions on what might be going on with her sudden change in behavior, and it is no way a definitive answer on what is going on. She needs to be evaluated by a licensed psychiatrist and a psychologist if something truly is going on. And hopefully she's also continuing to take her medications and attend therapy, as we know mental illness is a real struggle and takes time to overcome. Anyway, let me know what you all think in the comments below, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.